Hello Frugal fans, once again this is Captain Frugal. I just actually patched this into this video earlier. I have reviewed all the Superior Foes of Spider-Man series, and I did this quite a long time ago. And I was going to put it up, but I just couldn't do it. The way Nick Spencer's became in writing in comic books, in good conscience, I couldn't say, yes, continue to use this guy and employ this guy, which you'll see as a theme in my videos because this was a fantastic series. So what I did is I cut this bit of video and I inserted it into that because I reviewed every single issue in the series, and I've just been sitting on those reviews. So this is sort of a preemptive. If Nick Spencer can be a great writer, I'm going to start right with that. But he needs to get out of the politics in the books. And, it wouldn't hurt either for him to get out of that in his social media either. He's not helping himself any. He's becoming a deterrent. So bear that in mind. I don't support the way he's writing now. But if he went back to the way he was writing beforehand, that's how these views would play out. So please hopefully you listen to this video before you watch the other ones. Alright, well thank you. Please enjoy this video as well as the rest in the series. I'll be releasing them once in a while here and there, probably every other week or every week. And I'll continue adding it to the Henchman's Lounge page that'll have all the reviews for this series. So I hope you enjoy.
Hello Frugal fans, once again this is Captain Frugal and I'll be reviewing my stash to save you cash. And today I'll be reviewing the Superior Foes of Spider-Man issue 1. Alright, this book, The Superior Foes of Spider-Man, this can also be found in the trade paperback Getting the Band Back Together, issues 1 through 6. So this is issue 1. Once again, it can be purchased separately, it can be purchased digitally as well, or through the trade paperback. The writer is Nick Spencer, the artist is Steve Lieber. Originally I had reservations before reading this book, based on the poor reading experience I had of Dan Slott's work. Slott's work makes me fear about anything with the title Superior, and so I had a really hard time wanting to try any book with the term Superior. I will say Superior Iron Man didn't help that either. But with that said, I still gave this book a fair chance. Now, this book starts with Boomerang, Shocker, Overdrive, Speed Demon, and the Beetle. But the book starts by following Freddy, which is also known as Boomerang. It always tends to gravitate around him in this book. He's the main character, if you will. And it starts with his past and how he became the criminal known as Boomerang. In this book, Boomerang introduces the other villains, and their team name is going to be the Sinister Six, which is also funny because there's not 6 of them. The book starts with some great comedic elements, such as robbing a pet store, watching the Shocker apologize as they leave that pet store, and things like that. It was just really good. So after that pet store, they go to Boomerang's home to bring the bird food that Freddy asked them to bring them while he was in prison. And they find out that it's not what they were led to believe. Hammerhead is in their home, and we find that there really wasn't birdseed. And that's where it gets even better, because they robbed this place for the birdseed stuff when they didn't even have to do that. It was going to be given to them. So later you also find out that it wasn't even Hammerhead, it was actually Chameleon. And the job Boomerang had lined up for them was a complete lie in the first place. So you start the very first book with backstabbing between villains, villains fighting villains a little bit, a lot of humorous elements. The first issue is absolutely great. It is really good watching C-list villains bicker amongst each other and have a lack of trust for each other. One of my favorite parts in this book was watching the Beetle rob a comic shop and ask the comic shop attendants which books were the valuable ones. Alright, so the prose of this book, the story seems really quite interesting. The characters seem to provide some great potential for this book that really fill in some back history of these characters. The book is funny. And the art style, leaves some to, some will like and some won't. But I'd be honest with you, I feel it really matches the style of this book, so it works well. The cons of this book is I scratch my head wondering, how did the Shocker get beat by the Chameleon? I mean, granted, I realize they make the Shocker out to be a joke, but if you look at past history of Spider-Man, Shocker is no lightweight, even though he's treated as such now. He is a very powerful character, so maybe it's the confidence issue with him. And the other con, probably the biggest con in my opinion, is the comic book ends. This was a great book. I really wish they would have put something on the cover besides Superior. At first, I would have tried it sooner. This book is an A. I would say it's an absolute buy. Get it in trade, get it in a digital, or get the actual issue. Whatever it is, get this book if you like comedy. And I mean, I'm not as big into anti-heroes or villains. Actually, I like some anti-heroes and things, but I'm not big into villain books necessarily. But this was just really good. All right. So once again, this is, I would say, a grade of an A and a strong buy. Thank you. Thanks again for watching, Frugal fans. If you enjoyed this, please hit like and subscribe. If you want to see more reviews, please check us out at thehenchmanslounge.com.